verses 17 through 19. Ephesians 4, 17 and 19. Verse 17. This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that you henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their minds. So you have what, like the Gentiles are right now are in control. They're, we try to do things according to how the Gentiles do. But they got this thing, like I said, you grow up, you taught to go to school, get an education, get a good job, make a lot of money, retire, and live off your retirement and your 401k plan. But you get so wrapped up in that, you still gonna be missing something. So you cannot walk after the Gentiles because they think like that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of it's our fault too, because see, Israel's supposed to be teaching the nations in the first place. So this is just part of the curse. So the Gentiles are going around doing stuff, and we try to be just like them. They chase after things that's vanity, just in vain. They believe they'll do what they have to do to survive. You got some people that can't even take it. Like the times are getting rough out here. People losing their jobs daily, and people will kill themselves because if they can't maintain the lifestyle they're living. You say you just billionaire and all of a sudden you just lose everything. People have been taking themselves, they take themselves out, and it's happening on a daily basis because they don't know. They got so wrapped up into this vanity of this life, they can't handle it. So you have to be humble. You have to stay humble, and you cannot walk after the ways of the Gentiles because they walk in the vanity of their minds. Verse 18, having an understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart. So they're not even seeking the Lord the proper way. They feel like, hey, you just, they call on the Lord, that's fine. They're like, that's all you can do, just call on the Lord and don't mean nothing. And we have that problem too, don't get me wrong. It's a two-way street. Israel the same way. But we want to call on the Lord, but in our heart, it's not really, it's all in vain. We're not really seeking the Lord like we're supposed to because we're going after things of this world. We're being covetous, and the Lord don't like that. So, verse 18, having an understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of God through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart. Verse 19, who being past feelings have given themselves over unto lasciviousness to work all uncleanness with greediness. And then we get greedy. Like I said, you never can have enough. People have money, they want to make more money. Some people don't even go to sleep because they want to make so much money. They feel like they go to sleep, they're going to lose out. And that's terrible because it's all vanity. All vanity. And like I said, in the end, it's not going to get you nowhere. It's not. Because you're chasing, like I said, this American dream. You're trying to have this and have that. You're trying to outdo the next man. You get puffed up. You get proud. You have to be humble when you're serving the Lord. If you really say you're serving the Lord. Like I said, He can bless you. I understand that. But He can take it away from you too if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. But you can't lose focus. You got to thank God for everything you have. Like I said, His life is vanity. It's just, the whole thing is His life is just to go. It's like a test. You want to pass that test to make it into the big prize at the end, and it's to serve God and be in His kingdom. You serve Him now, but the main goal is to get into the kingdom, not burn forever. I don't think nobody want to burn forever. So that's the end of verse 19. So we're going to go back to Ecclesiastes now. Like I said, this lesson is titled "All Is Vanity," and like I said, you just cannot let the vanities of life destroy you because they can. And so we all naturally covetous of something, just because, like it could be as simple as just having a certain type of shoe, certain type of house, certain type of car, but you just cannot let it take hold of you and be your whole life. So we're going to go to Ecclesiastes 1, and we're going to read verses 2 through 4. Ecclesiastes 1, verses 2 through 4. Verse 2. Vanities of vanities, said the preachers. Vanities of vanities. All is vanity. Scripture speaks for itself. All is vanity. Verse 3. What profit have a man of all his labor, which he taketh under the sun? What's profit? I mean, you have to work. You have to do what you have to do to survive this world. But when you're in the ground, it don't mean nothing. It's good for that time being. You have to work in order to eat. I understand that. We have to do that. But can't take it with you. So if you're trying to keep all this money and trying to just hold on to it, you don't want to help nobody out. And it could be just somebody on the street. It could be a homeless person. Just give them. You ain't necessarily give them money. You can give them something to eat, because you can't take it all with you. You can't have it all to yourself. That causes you to be greedy. And there's a lot of people like that. They just greedy. They think about themselves. They think about like I said, we're naturally vain. So it said, what profit, verse 3, what profit have a man of all his labor, which he taketh under the sun? Verse 4, one generation passes away, and another generation is coming, but the earth abideth forever. So it's been going on from day one. Man just naturally just conceited and just thinking of vain things and just vanity. This pretty much sums it up. So you live this life, work, do all this, but if you ain't serve the Lord, and so you go to the ground, you ain't serve the Lord, right? Then it's all vanity. This life is all vanity. Like I said, you want to do the best you can in this life to please God. That's your main objective, not to please man. Not to say, some people say, well, he lived a good life because he had 50 cars. You can't drive all those cars. Or you had a certain type of job. It's how you treat people. It's how you serve the Lord. It's how you keep his commandments. That's the real test in this life, not the vanities of this world. So I'm going to read a quick definition of vanity from the American Heritage College Dictionary, 3rd edition. This is the definitions of vanity. The quality or condition of being vain, excessive pride in one's appearance or accomplishment, conceit. So people tend to pat you in the back when you so-called important and according to man. People want to pat you in the back and say, oh, he was a man because he has all this and he has all that. He done this and done that. But like I said, if you ain't did nothing to please the Lord, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean jack. You're wasting your time. So we're going to go to Proverbs 13 now. Proverbs 13. And we're going to read 2 verses, verses 7 and 11. Proverbs 13, verses 7 and 11. Verse 7. There's that maketh himself rich, yet hath nothing. There's that maketh himself poor, yet hath great riches. So, you constantly chasing that dollar bill. You trying to be rich. That's your whole goal. But you don't have nothing because you lacking something inside. You're not going to be happy. You have all this money, but you might not be happy in other areas. Like, you have all this money. This is an example. You have all this money. And you don't know if the person, to say you don't have a significant other. You don't know that person with you because of your money. So you're never going to be happy because you're going to be always constantly like, man, if this person with me because I have money or they with me because they really love me. So it's all going to be some type of empty void there somewhere if you're just constantly going after money and not doing the other things. You just constantly just trying to work and trying to get ahead and trying to be better than everybody else. You're going to be something's going to be lacking. Pretty much like the scripture says, there is that making himself rich, yet hath nothing. There is that making himself poor, yet have great riches. So, like I said, I don't think nobody want to be poor. But I'd rather be, I hate struggling, but I'd rather be at a point where I'm struggling where it keeps me humble. And so if the Lord do bless me with great things, then I know to continue being humble and know that the God give it to me and he can take it from me. So you can be poor but have great riches. That means you can have the great riches of learning this book, of learning knowledge to teach other people how to live a life. You have great knowledge to keep yourself in check, to serve the Lord the right way, to please him. So that's to me, that's better than having all the money in the world. So we're going to skip down to verse 11 now. Verse 11. It's Proverbs 13, verse 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. So wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. So like I said, you can have all this money and you chasing after this and doing this, but you ain't going to end up losing it because you chasing after the vanities of this world. There's going to be some type of tax invasion. You're going to be doing something wrong. then in the end, you're going to end up losing it anyway. So, but it said, he that gather by labor shall increase. So if you're constantly working hard and you're striving to serve the Lord the right way and you stand humble, the Lord can bless you. And then I'm not just mean just material things, but I'm just talking about like spiritually. He can give you the knowledge. He can give you understanding to help other people. Because your works, you have to do works too. Because you can have all the book knowledge in the world, but you still, it's all in vain if you don't do things that's pleasing to the Lord and do your works. Like I said, faith without work is dead. So if you're not doing, you have to have all the faith, but you're not doing work, it don't mean nothing. It's all in vain. Just like you take the Lord name, maybe you call on the Lord every time you're in the jam, but you don't pray to the Lord on a constant basis and read the scriptures and follow the guidelines, the laws, and the commandments, then you're doing it all in vain. So you don't want to be like that. So we're going to go to Proverbs 30 now. Proverbs 30. And again, it's going to be two verses, verses 8 and 9. Proverbs 30, verses 8 and 9. Verse 8. Remove far from me my vanities and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. See, I'm like that too. Don't give me poverty. Don't give me riches. But what? Feed me with food convenient for me. So give me the things. You will take each day as it comes anyway. You can't worry about what's going ahead. Because that's just, like I said, it's all in vain. You have to take each day as it comes. Some days are better than others. Some days are worse than others. But you have to take what the Lord give you. So right here it says, feed me with food convenient for me. Verse 9, lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal, and take the name of my God in vain. So you can be full and deny the Lord. You can have all this stuff and you forget that about God. You just say, well, I got all this. I did this myself. I work hard. But you forget about God. And then you end up denying him. You would say, who is the Lord? Or then if you're poor, you will end up stealing and take the name of the Lord in vain. So you don't want to be in that realm. You want to humble, take each day as it comes, and don't let the vanities of life trip you up. That's the whole objective. So we're going to go to Job 35 now. And Job was a prime example of somebody who, he had everything. He didn't do anything wrong to the Lord, but he got tripped up. The Lord allowed Satan to take everything from him. But Job knew that God gave it and God take it away. You can't let this vanity of the world, can't get wrapped up in it. Like I said, when you're dead and gone, can't take it with you. So we're going to go to Job 35. And there's going to be one verse. Verse 13. Job 35 and verse 13. Surely God would not hear vanity, neither will the Almighty regard it. See, God ain't even trying to hear that. You walking around thinking you better than somebody else and you have this and all this material stuff. God he ain't trying to deal with you because you walking after vanity. You're walking after material things. You're walking after the vanities of this world. He ain't trying to hear that. He is not going to even regard it, like the scripture said. So, like I said, it's all a waste of time. So you want to just serve the Lord and be humble. Like I said, you don't want to. I don't want to be poor, but I don't want to be rich. I want to be in between, where I can continue staying focused on the Lord. Because you can get so wrapped up in the things that you have, the vanity of His life, you're going to forget the Lord and not serve Him the right way. Or you can, be poor and do things that's against the Lord, make Him mad, and take the name of Him in vain because He didn't come through for you because you felt that He should have came through that particular time. But so it's just best to just stay humble in between and not chase after the vanities of this world. Because like I said, we all naturally conceited. We all naturally have that.